Ladies and gentlemen of Bill's Mafia, gather round your screens, your radios, your snow-covered tailgates in the lot at Highmark. It's time to crank up the volume on WGR 550 style, because your boy here is fired up. This is the Bills Beatdown Report, and oh man, are we talking about the fight, the grit, the never-say-die spirit that's got Buffalo roaring louder than a table-smashing frenzy after a Josh Allen bomb. Let's go Buffalo! Chant it with me. Let's go Buffalo! Feel that chill in the air? That's not just Orchard Park winter knockin', that's the Mafia's passion, hot enough to melt the wing sauce right off a plate at Duff's. We're talking 50-cent wings on game day, baby, and a defense that's been through the ringer but coming out swinging like Thurman Thomas dodging tacklers in the snow. Buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into the trenches, where the mud gets slung, the hits land hard, and the Bills never back down. You ready? 'Cause I am. Alright, straight to the heart of it, Mafia. Picture this. Our beloved Buffalo Bills, the Thunder from the AFC East, are in the thick of a playoff hunt that's got more twists than the 13 seconds miracle that still haunts our nightmares. And what do? We go poaching talent right from under the noses of those division rivals up in Foxborough. Yeah, you heard that right. Brandon Beane, our wizard of a GM, the guy who rebuilt this beast from the ashes of that 17-year drought, tried to snag a fresh-faced SEC stud to crank up the heat on enemy QBs. We're talking Bradyn Swinson, the LSU Tigers' nightmare in purple and gold, a fifth-round gem from the 2025 draft who those patsies scooped up at 146 overall. This kid was second-team All-SEC last year, terrorizing the Bayou with 58 tackles, 13 for loss, a whopping 8.5 sacks that had offensive line sweating like it's July in Tiger Stadium, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 passes knocked into the cheap seats. He was sitting pretty on New England's practice squad, a surprise cut after camp, but multiple teams came calling, and Buffalo? We were at the front of the line. In an interview with Mass Live this week, Swinson spilled the beans. I'll just tell you one, Buffalo was one of them. Can you believe it? Our Bills, eyes on the prize, reaching across the division line to yank this pass rush phenom away from the Pats. Imagine him in stripes, blitzing like Bruce Smith chasing down records. 200 sacks, the all-time great, holding court from the AFL glory days when Jim Kelly was slinging it to Andre Reed under the lights at Rich Stadium. But alas, the Pats wised up, promoted Swinson to their active roster this week, locking him down tight. No more poaching opportunities for us or anybody else hunting that high-upside edge rush. It's a gut punch, sure, but that's Bills football, adversity. We eat it with a side of blue cheese and extra celery. Remember the wide right curse? Scott Norwood's kick sailing wide in Super Bowl 25, leaving us heartbroken but hungrier than ever? This is just fuel for the fire. Now, let's zoom in on why this matters, Bills Mafia. Our D-line's been battered like a snowstorm in November, and we're feeling it. Michael Hocht, that free agent beast we brought in to spell Von Miller and crank the pressure? Torn Achilles in the Week 9 thriller against the Chiefs. Gone for the year, just when he was heating up. Then, our own rookie firecracker, third-rounder Landon Jackson, the Arkansas Razorback who we drafted to build that future? He steps up big in Miami Week 10, only to eat a knee injury on a second-down grind, torn MCL and PCL, sidelined for the stretch run. Ed Oliver, our DT anchor? Biceps blowout, IR bound. Dwayne Carter. Achilles tear. That's 12 dudes on the shelf already, including corners like Dorian Strong and safeties like Damar Hamlin, our heart and soul from that cardiac comeback against the Vikes back in 22. We're down to Joey Bosa, Greg Rousseau, and Javon Solomon holding the fort at edge, with Daquan Jones filling gaps like he did in that Dolphins debacle. Sacks. We're scrapping, just 2 hurries on Tua last week in that 30-13 L, no QB takedowns. But here's the thing. This is where Sean McDermott's process shines, folks. The man who turned our secondary into a shutdown crew, scheming twists and stunts like it's chess in the trenches. Remember the snow game against the Steelers in 21? Wideout chaos, and our D picks off Big Ben 4 times. That's the DNA, adapt, overcome, and let Josh Allen bail us out with his Superman arm. And speaking of Josh, oh brother, where do we even start with the Josh Allen era? This man's a freight train in shoulder pads, Mafia. We're talking the Droughtbreaker, the 2017 playoff return that had us screaming from the rafters after 17 years in the wilderness. Fast forward to now, Allen's got more rushing TDs than Jim Brown in some seasons, slinging lasers to Stephon Diggs. Wait, our boys still are WR1, torch in secondaries like he did in that Hail Mary heist against the Ravens. James Cook burstin' for 1,100 yards last year, dodging like Thurman in his prime, 9,000 plus rushing yards, for straight Pro Bowls, elusiveness that made the 90s Bills the no-hump dynasty we almost crowned. And don't get me started on the O-line battles. Osiris Torrance Pancakin, defenders, Spencer Brown holding the edge like it's Fort Erie. Tyler Bass. His legs gold when it's groovin', but that hip tweak has us holding our breath. Remember his 50-yarder to ice the Jets? Clutch. Von Miller, even at 36, still flippin' the script with that wisdom from 2 rings. McDermott's schemes? Fireworks, blitz packages that sacked Mahomes 3 times in that comeback W. We're a top 10D overall, Alowin, under 20 a game, but the pass rush? That's the missing spark, and Beane's on the hunt like it's the Music City Miracle all over again. Frank Reichsbaum to Frank Wycheck, lateral madness, heartbreak in 99. But we rose from that, just like the Oilers' comeback in 92, Kelly to Thomas, 35-3 down to a 41-38 OT miracle. That's us, heartbreak to heroics. Stats don't lie, and neither does history, Bills faithful. This Swinson swing fits right into our playoff chase like a glove on a frozen hand at the Rock. We're sitting pretty at 6-5 after that Texans slip last Thursday. Yeah, it stung, but we're 1 game back in the division, tied with the Dolphins who we owe a beatdown for that Miami mess. Remember 20. We went 13-3, first division crown since Kelly's crew, only to get thumped by the Colts in the wild card. 21. AFC East Kings again, but Chiefs heartbreak. 22. Same story, Bengals 27-10 gut punch. 23. Ravens rally, then Chiefs again, 13 seconds, baby. But 24. We stormed to the divisional, Allen's 300-60-4 masterpiece against the Steelers in the blizzard. Now, 2025? With these injuries piling up like snow on Route 20, a fresh rusher like Swinson could have been the difference. Projected day 2 talent, but fell to 5, now with Pats, where he'll learn from, well, whoever's left in New England after their rebuild. And the Super Bowl quest? Josh Allen's MVP campaign, 4,500 yards, 40 TDs, meets McDermott's schemes, and boom, confetti in Orchard Park. No more droughts, no more curses. Bills lift the Lombardi, finally. Vaughn gets ring 3, Diggs dances, Cook feasts, and Mafia? This Swinson saga? Just another chapter in our epic. We're proud, we're loud, we're unapologetic, Buffalo strong. So grab those wings, fire up the grill in the lot, and remember, the roar starts here. Let's go Buffalo. One more time with feelin'. Let's go Buffalo. This is your Bills beatdown anchor, signin' off. Stay passionate, stay Mafia. Go Bills!